Why are you so happy? Why are you so happy?
Why are you so happy?
Whoa. We're stuck. We're stuck in our house all day. Why are you so okay with this? So these past few weeks have been kind of ridiculously depressing, maybe is the right word? And everybody is kind of down in the dumps, except for my daughter, who just somehow seems to be really happy. So why are kids with Down syndrome, why do they appear to be happy all the time? I'm gonna give you my opinion and some stuff I found out because I did some research. So when you look up why people with Down syndrome are always happy, you get a range of responses. Actually, you don't. I lied. You get one response, which is they have a range of emotions like happy, sad, scared, angry, just like people without Down syndrome. But if you ask anybody who has a child with Down syndrome or anyone who's worked with a child with Down syndrome, they're gonna say, they're such happy people, which some people take offense to. I've taken offense to it sometimes. However, I do know one person that has Down syndrome that it withdraws himself and he doesn't like to be around people and he doesn't appear to be happy all the time. But that's one person. My daughter, yeah, no, she doesn't do that. She's happy, she's smiling. She gets mad. When she gets mad, she gets mad. When she's sad, she gets sad. But I have some theories as to why this is true. So I think it all boils down to one thing, is that people with Down syndrome tend to live in the moment. What do you want to do? Let's go outside? Okay. Another thing that I think it has a lot to do with is sensory processing. A lot of them, either it's hyper or hypo, they are aware of their senses, whether they like it or not. And I think that does kind of contribute a little bit. But let me get into the meaty stuff. Living in the moment means that you don't overanalyze things. And I think people with Down syndrome, they don't overanalyze things. I overanalyze everything, like it's pretty ridiculous. And when I do, I start to criticize it and judge it and overthink it. And that causes depression and sadness and lowering of my self-esteem. And I start to forget the simple joys in that thing that I thought was so cool that caused me to overanalyze it in the first place. You know, those simple joys, like overanalyzing whether apples are good for you or not. Okay, living in the moment would be like, wow, look at that apple. That looks so yummy, I think I'll eat it, because that at the moment is what my body wants, instead of trying to figure it all out. Like I'm overanalyzing this right now. This mango looks yummy. I think I'm gonna eat it, but I don't feel like peeling it, so I think I'll just starve. But it's so good for me. I probably should take the time to peel it. I really don't want to do that. Okay, I'm overanalyzing it. I'll just eat it. That's living in the moment. But that doesn't mean that a person with Down syndrome doesn't worry or have fears or concerns. They do. It's just, I don't think they overanalyze it so much that it starts to drive them crazy. I think they think about those things in the moment. Okay, so this, you're gonna have to follow me through to the end of my point here. Because if not, you might just get offended and click off, which this is not at all meant to offend anyone, but this is just something that I found to be quite interesting. It was an article from a website called Exploring Your Mind. I'll stick the link down below, and it was called Highly Intelligent People and Depression, a Strange Relationship. They pointed out that artistic, mathematical, or scientific genius have a sulky type of personality. They excessively worry, self-criticize, and have a distorted negative worldview. They are unhappy and depressed, and sometimes make some pretty bad decisions. Now, it is also noted that people with Down syndrome do have mild to moderate intellectual disabilities, which is kind of like the opposite of that. They live in the moment. They don't worry, they don't analyze things, they're happy. And frankly, I think sometimes they make better choices. That's why so many of us who are around people with Down syndrome go, wow, we can learn a lot from them. That's what we need to learn from them, is how to live life to the fullest and enjoy every moment and live in every moment. What is that? Fuzzy, fuzzy, fuzzy. What's this? Rough, rough, rough. Immanuel Kant, a European philosopher during the Enlightenment period, did say, someone's intelligence can be measured by the quantity of uncertainties that he can bear. And these are uncertain times. I'm bearing a lot of uncertainties. And I'm thinking about him too. I guess that means I'm intelligent. I hope so. It doesn't matter, really. I'm gonna live in the moment. Live in the moment. Oh, beautiful. Another thing that may contribute to the reason why people with Down syndrome are so happy and joyful is because of their disability and their low tone and other things that will make them move slower throughout the day, take their time with those little simple things in life to the point where they are so focused in on it and every detail that they can fully enjoy what that thing is and even celebrate even more with the successes that they achieve at that moment. Good job. And of course, over time, it becomes a part of who they are, just enjoying those little things. So here's another thing that I pondered as I overanalyzed this topic. If a child with Down syndrome comes from a family that is loving and friendly and supportive and encouragement, obviously that child is going to come out and be happy and friendly and loving. But if there is a child that has a family that is abusive and mean and cruel, I highly doubt that that child would be happy, regardless if they have Down syndrome or not. That's just another little token to think about. And another thing, people with Down syndrome know how to spread that love and that joy. And I really think that's because they're so loved. Like, you cannot dislike a person with Down syndrome. It's like ridiculously impossible. My daughter, we walk into a room, she hugs like everybody in the room. She can't do that now, but she will one day again. And that's why she gets sick all the time. I shouldn't say that. She doesn't get sick all the time. She does have a low immune system. We're not sick right now. We're doing great. She's not hugging on people, but she will again. Mark my word.
Naomi, this is a fun ride, right?
We should do virtual Disney. Hey guys, guess what?
What?
We're gonna go to Disney. All right, guys, get in the van. All right, now get out of the van. We're at Disney.
Wait, what? Wait, so...
Hey, we're at Disney. What ride do you want to go on?
I want to go on Tika.
Okay, right here by the front door. I want you to wait here for 30 minutes.
Wait, what?
Okay, guys, you are next in line. Go ahead and sit down. Who's spinning? Well, that was random. Let's get back to talking about what we were talking about. Hope you guys are doing well. If you want to check out some of my other videos about children with Down syndrome or just about my, amazing daughter or amazing family, click on one of those fun videos. And I will see you in our next video. Bye. That's your drink.